back to the channel. I've had a little bit of time off making videos, so they have been a little bit slow this last month or so. But I finally decided to start my W.I.P Wednesdays. I've picked a fairly easy page, or at least I hope it's going to be fairly easy, from the Colour Morphia by Kirby Rosannes. I did this one not long ago actually, to try out the luminance pencils, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I just wanted something a bit more simple. I think it will be quite easy to get this page finished. So for W.I.P Wednesday, I will be working on this one. I'm just gonna get everything sorted. I'm gonna start off probably just by finishing her skin, to be fair. I think that will be the easiest. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing quite well. I'm happy to be back recording again, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm going to be using the luminance pencils for the skin, just so that I can keep it matching. I have so many WIPs to do as well, it's insane. I have a massive pile, and I'm hoping to make this month a little bit more productive with getting some of these finished. And just in case you're wondering what colour I'm using the brown ochre 037. I found with the luminance pencils it's easier to go from dark to light. Usually I tend to go from light to dark, but giving it a go, it seems to be working alright so far. I don't have many of the luminance pencils yet, but I did actually buy myself, I believe it was like 11 pencils of the luminance set, just to try out the skin tones really, because I'd heard so many good things about them that I wanted to give it a go for myself. So I took the plunge and I brought some, and now these might just be my favourite pencils. So it should be good. I have got the new portrait set that they've just released coming, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I've just ordered myself another load of pencils as well. It's a bit addictive, but you know, it's nice to treat yourself. This is the brown ochre 10%. I find that these colours give a really nice skin tone, and they blend so nicely together as well. And you can get quite a few layers on them, which is nice. I'd like to try and get it to match this if I can, because it was a little while, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago I did that one. go in with the darker colour again. These pencils are amazing, like you don't even have to use that much pressure with these. I hope everybody is doing well and keeping busy. I know I'm definitely trying to do that just to stay a little bit sane. I ended up going and getting my son some pet goldfish over the weekend just gone, just because my mum had given him a fish tank and absolutely loves it. So he's got 2 goldfish now, sits there all day just staring at them. It's something nice for him to do and, you know, look forward to each day with, you know, lockdown and stuff. I know that they've eased it, but I'm trying still to stay in as much as I possibly can. Especially with my son, like he doesn't like wearing face masks or anything, so it's quite hard to get out the house or get anything done. So I'm quite fortunate enough to have my mum to help me out when I need it, which it's been great. Like if it wasn't for my mum and family members, I would be stuck. So in a way, it's kind of brought the family closer together, which is nice. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting a bit more freedom back soon. I think my son's probably had enough of me already, so I think it's a mutual thing. I'm sure there's plenty of you that have kids as well that are in the same boat. Just gonna go in with the titanium buff and just shade over it a little bit, just to smooth it out. I've also realised it's so much easier colouring skin in sections. I never used to, but now it just seems like I can get a lot more detail when I'm colouring by doing it section by section, because I can take my time with it and get the highlights in the right places. Definitely looking forward to getting these whips down though. I'm gonna go in with the burnt ochre again. I do apologise if I go quite quiet at times. I tend to zone out and get in my concentration zone. Sometimes I completely forget I'm even recording. It's so easy to do though. Do you guys have many WIPs left, or if any at all? I used to be really strict with my WIPs, but over this last year they've just built up to an insane amount. But maybe one day I can get them back down. My goal is to at least cut the pile in half by the end of the year, but then my problem is I always end up starting new pages, so that means more WIPs. These pencils colour so beautifully on this paper as well. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing a bit easier. I like using the violet grey to add like the shadows on the face. Such a great colour for that. Normally I wouldn't dare to try anything like that, but with these pencils it's so easy. Still not sure where I want to go with this page yet. I might even add like some colour shading, like to match the snakes around here. I believe that's a part of the snake behind there. Do you guys have any favourite type of colouring pencils? I like using the polychromos quite a lot, but I recently decided to pull back out my Artisas because I felt like I was neglecting them a little bit, and quite enjoying using those again. I was considering doing a tutorial on how I coloured this skin. So if you guys are interested in me doing that, I'd be happy to do a separate video to show you guys the process that I used. Go back in with that dark one, just add a bit of a darker shade down here. So the thing I find with doing it in sections, you pick up more on where your shadows would be. Maybe I can even get this page finished for this month, that would be nice. I do actually have a question for you guys. I have like a fair few sharpeners. I just wanted to know if you guys have luminance, like what sharpener you use for those to get a nice point. Just because sometimes I struggle to get into those small areas with these because the lead is quite thick. I find it hard to get it into a fine point. I had the same issue with the Derwent Colour Softs as well. Just gonna take a sip of my drink. Right, I'm gonna do this little section here. I'm going to try and make this a regular thing for you guys to upload, sort of like a W.I.P Wednesday every week, like a bit of a catch-up colouring chat thing. I think it will be nice to have a regular video every week. Not only that, but it's nice for me to be able to sit down and do a bit of colouring and just kind of like talk to you guys and just enjoy it. I don't get much peace and quiet, so this is kind of my peace and quiet for my day. I think it's safe to say I'm looking forward to when the kids can go back to school properly. My son's not allowed back in school yet. So hopefully in September, then I can enjoy my peace and quiet a little bit more. Get my housework done in peace and quiet. Excuse me. I'm sure there's a lot of you that can relate to that situation. I feel like at the moment it's best to do my housework once my son's gone to bed, because otherwise it doesn't stay tidy. I feel like the skin does take a lot longer to do this way, so I do apologise if I'm boring you guys. I may go on to colouring the snakes in a minute, just so it gives you something else to watch. What was I going to put down? The violet. I can easily finish the skin off camera anyway, but I just thought sometimes it's nice to see other people's work in progresses. I know I enjoy watching it. Right, I'm gonna leave the skin there, and I think I'm gonna go with this snake here. I'm probably gonna go with polychromos, and I'm thinking purples. Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'm going to use these ones. I've used these on a few pages that I've done, and I really love the colour combination. Just gonna I'll start here. Kind of want to keep all of the snakes the same colour, so it's not much of a hassle to keep changing and switching out colours all the time. This was never meant to be like a full page, but I think I've started it now, I might as well finish it. I was looking at some Derwent Inktense today as well. I've never really been one for like watercolour pencils or anything, but I've seen so many people using them and they look really, really pretty. So I was considering just buying a small little set and giving them a go. Just because it would be nice to try something new and a bit out of my normal comfort zone, because I tend to just use pencils quite a lot, or like watercolour paints. But have you had any experience using oh my god, the Derwent Inktense? I'm forgetting what they're called now. Yeah, I'd be quite keen to hear what you guys have to say on them. Like, are they worth it? I'd like to get into using different medias instead of just sticking to colouring pencils, because I find like using colouring pencils all the time, it takes its toll on my hands. I get quite bad pain in my knuckles from colouring, which can be quite severe, but I enjoy it, so I just kind of persevere with it and ignore it and keep colouring. Probably not the best thing to do, but you know, it's my thing, it's my hobby. I want to be able to colour and enjoy it, and you know, just stress-free, which would be really, really nice. I believe that's part of that, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna go in with a darker purple. I need to find my black pencil as well, actually. There it is. I always like to put like a base layer of whatever I'm colouring, just because I find it helps to blend them together. I have to say, it's nice to be working in a Kirby book again though. I haven't touched his books in such a long time. But they are like one of my favourites, so I don't know why I haven't. I just haven't had the motivation for it, I guess. Do you guys have any favourite books that you like to colour in? Or ones that you find yourself always going back to? I actually have like way too many books. I believe like a third of my books aren't even coloured in at the moment. I do need to show them a bit more love. I was considering rehoming some of them, just because I don't feel like I would colour in all of those books. I'm sure there's plenty of other people that will though. I just find having too many books sometimes, I struggle to choose what to colour. I will have to apologise for my clock as well. It's so noisy on these videos. I should move it really, but I kind of like it up there. My desk just happens to sit right underneath it, which is a bit of a pain. Getting somewhere with this now. It's always a thing with these whips. I need to find the motivation to do them. Because if I'm just not feeling the page, then, you know, like I'm not going to enjoy colouring it. In case you guys are wondering what colours I'm going to be using, for this I'm going to use the violet purple. I believe this is light ultramarine, mauve and black. yeah, I just find them to be such a pretty combination. I think this page will look pretty awesome too once it's finished. I'll probably record for a little while with you guys and then I'll finish it off camera, and if you guys do want to see what it looks like, it'll more than likely be in my finished pages video at the end of the month, but I'll probably post it onto Instagram as well. I will leave the link in the description if you wanted to go check that out. Do apologise if my hand gets in the way as well. I may just grab the white pencil and just try to add a bit of a highlight. Dropping my pencil. Just gonna go back in with the darker purple. Now the blue. Or shall I say the light ultramarine? I just feel this colour works so nice with the purples. Sorry, knocking the tripod. I think this page is gonna probably take a little longer than I thought it was gonna take. But at least once it's done, then I can move on to the next WIP. It's definitely nice to be back here with you guys, recording and sharing my colouring with you. After, like, if you've seen my previous video, I had a bit of a bad month last month, so it's yeah, it's nice to be back doing this and enjoying it. I think I'm gonna go back in with the dark purple again and just really darken up these edges. Don't know if any of you guys have the same issue. You think, oh, I'm just gonna do a nice simple page, and then you end up colouring it and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna try this, or gonna add a bit more detail into this part, or you know, like, take your time with the shading and make sure the detail's there, but really, like, your intention was never that in the first place. It happens to me every single time, especially with the Kirby books. I just find it the drawings in here, his artwork, just have so much potential, and you can do so much with them. Really loving how this snake's head's turned out so far. You can just picture the whole page with this colour palette. I think it will look really pretty. I think I've made a fair bit of progress on this one today. I hope you guys are just enjoying watching the video as well, and you know, I know, like I said earlier before, I enjoy just relaxing and watching people colour. I find it really therapeutic, and it's always nice to see how other people do things and pick up on their techniques. I think I'm going to go in with the blue just one more time. Yeah, I think I'm actually really happy with that. I'm going to go in with the black though and just darken out where the snakes cross over. Just so it gives that little bit of depth. I just think it makes such a difference. I think what I'll do is I'll colour another snake. I might go for this one. I was hoping to get a lot more of this done on camera, but I'm sure many of you know that some pages just take forever and so much time to colour, but they always have a really pretty result at the end. Looking forward to getting that warm weather back again as well. So sort of like it's not cold, it's just miserable here. Probably should have prepared some of these base layers down before I started recording. That probably would have helped. Right, now that's done, and go back in with the dark purple again and just rinse and repeat. Hopefully I can get this one done a bit more quicker than the last one. I think working with polys also takes longer because you have to layer them up so much. I'm not sure on what colour I'm going to do the snake's underbelly yet. I know I want to do her eyes sort of like a glowing green. Just so it matches like these little bits of leaves. And just so it gives it a bit more colour variation rather than just purples. Do you guys have like any preferences to types of pages that you colour? For me, I tend to lean towards like pages that have water or like ocean pages, just because I really enjoy colouring water. I also love colouring people. Like skin tones are one of my favourite things to colour, in hair. Right, I'm going to go in with that blue now. It's like my favourite part of this colour combination. Just because it pulls it all together. Once you get into the rhythm of doing a colour combination, I find after the first one or two you just become so much quicker with it. So maybe it won't take that long to finish this page, but one can dream, you know. Just gonna add a bit of blue down here, I think. Just gonna bring out those darker areas a little bit more. Go back in with the blue. And I think, oh, I just got to add the little bit of black here. Right, I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is I will leave it at that. Thanks for joining, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. I will carry on working on this after I finish recording, just because I want to get it done, and I always find I work a bit quicker when I'm not recording because I don't have that pressure. I get anxiety when I record, so yeah, so thanks for joining, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever. Yeah, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye!